Back at it. So I got a couple of videos about these shotgun fails, mainly because my girl wants a shotgun. We're thinking about all the things a shotgun entails. All right, so this first video, this guy called Mr. Big Kid found it. It's fucking hilarious. Check it out. This is known throughout the YouTube ages, though. To be honest, I'm sure some of y'all have seen this video before.
So this is the kind of ammo it shoots, 12 gauge. This is a 12 gauge birdshot. Also, this weapon has this cool feature.
Yeah.
Where you press the trigger down.
And then it shoots, right?
And once you press this down and pull it up.
It's priceless, dude. I hope he doesn't live in an apartment building, because whoever's above him might, he might get some shrapnel.
And once you press this down,
big ass show right there.
people know all.
He's so serious. He was so serious, bro. He was so fucking serious. All right, I need to add this other. This is a hood classic right here. Everyone has seen this one.
50 Cent, Too Short, all of them talk about Glock 40. Okay, I'm the only one in this room professional enough that I know of to carry this Glock 40. I'm the only one. No, is everybody alright?
The instructor's just in the corner like, bro, I mean, I just came here to work. I ain't even trying to die today, man. Like, get your shit up out of here. All right, I mean, number one, what do you think is going to happen? Like, what, a missing tooth maybe? I don't know, but that does not look smart. That's like a 12 gauge shotgun. Hold on, God damn. Things you shouldn't do, right? Things you shouldn't do. Extend your arm out in front of you like that with a 12 gauge. Probably not the smartest thing. Now she's a little bit more into it.
There you go.
Okay, but where I feel like she messes up and he doesn't even tell her. You're supposed to like rest your cheek on the side of the gun and kind of like push your shoulder forward. This is just what I've seen. I don't have a shotgun, but I've seen like the professionals do it. They kind of roll their shoulder forward and then they put their cheek into the butt of the shotgun so they can actually aim properly. So what I've heard and what I've been told is that like when you aim that way, you're not really going to hit your target. It's going to kind of go over the target. If you notice, she's standing forward, but she's not exactly rolling her shoulder forward, and her cheek is far away from the butt. You can tell she shoots though. You could definitely tell she shoots. She's not scared of it. She Damn, that one more time. That blew her fucking shoulder back. Like, you can tell she's not scared of it, so she's more scared of the power of it. And then she goes ahead and shoots, what? This revolver. I don't like how she's holding that, bro. Oh, no. I don't know. Maybe that's just her grip. But anyway, that's just another small channel that I noticed were holding shotguns wrong. The things you probably shouldn't be doing: putting your finger on the trigger while cocking a shotgun. One, probably not the smartest thing ever. Rolling your shoulder back and not putting your face close enough to the stock, you're gonna blow your shoulder out. Doing a few rounds of what that girl was doing would for sure not be too healthy for you over the long run. Yeah, a few of those, and you might not be shooting shotguns ever again. So yeah, right. So we have this one guy who wants to show us the way. He wants to show us the way. The channel is called Farewell Firearms Training, and I think he kind of pretty much encapsulates what a lot of people are doing wrong, and a lot of people who don't even understand what they're doing wrong could like learn a lot from this guy. So
What's going on, guys? It's
I
Joe
want to
Farewell
throw him
with
up
Tactical
here real
Hive, and I'm
quick.
excited to bring you in today to talk about the top 3 mistakes I see people when they're working shotguns. So the first mistake that I see all the time is having a good cheek weld and maintaining it while you're shooting multiple shots. What happens is, as we're up on the shotgun, as soon as we start taking those shots, a lot of times we'll start lifting our head up, and what that does is you're going to expose the vent rib, this right here. If you start to see the vent rib, your pattern is going to start going right over top of the target. Even though you have...
He's using all this crazy language, the vent rim and all this, but basically, shortly what he's saying is that if you're above it and you can kind of see over the sight line of the shotgun, then you're kind of doing it wrong. Like if your eye level is over that straight line, because you know how shotguns don't really have any like scope lines or anything, it's just that one dot usually at the front. So that's what I think he's saying. You gotta keep your cheek basically on it, so when it shoots, you're kind of just seeing the dot only, instead of the gun moving around and the dots moving below you.
Your front bead or your front sight on the target. So what that's gonna look like when I shoot the plate rack is, as I come up in here and I take those first couple of shots, I'm gonna maintain a good cheek weld, but my head's gonna start to lift up and you're gonna see that pattern goes directly over top of the target. 1, 2. And as you can see, every time I shoot, my head lifts up a little bit higher and that pattern goes directly over the target, even though I'm still maintaining a good sight picture with my front sight bead.
I don't know how you could learn how to shoot and miss on purpose, but I guess, you know, wrong technique, you could just do it. You could learn it just as much as the right technique, but it's kind of cool how he started missing, you know, the second his head started raising up. So basically, press your cheek against the gun stock, you know, keep it in your shoulder, rest your cheek against the gun stock, which is what that lady was not doing.
To improve this, one thing that you can do is you can actually put a little piece of paper in between your cheek and the stock. If that piece of paper falls out when you're shooting, you know that you're lifting your cheek off the stock. We want to make sure we have a good contact with that. What that looks like with a good contact is we keep our cheek well down on here and then we keep it there as we continue to shoot. That way, all the way across the board, we're not losing our cheek weld, we're maintaining a good sight picture through the rear sight if you have one. We're not seeing the vent rib, and the shot pattern is actually hitting the...
This shotgun actually does have a rear sight. Tiny, but it does. It's right there. That's wild. Okay. Well, I mean, this is probably some sports gun or some crazy shit like that, so it'll probably have the extra stuff on it, but the normal shotgun I don't think has any rear sights like that.
Target exactly where you want it to go. All right, so the second mistake that I see all the time is where people put the shotgun on their shoulder in order to manage the recoil.
This is probably a big one.
Putting the shotgun too far out on their shoulder. A bad shoulder position out here on the side, you're going to see the shotgun go up into the right. Okay? Plus, it just hurts. It's not pleasant to do. I'm also not...
Yeah, it clearly shows when he shoots, the gun sways out to the right. And to be honest, if you guys seen your uncle or something, you know, shoot a shotgun and they're not too good at it, if you think back, it's probably in that fashion. They take a really big shot and the gun sways over to the right. Like, how many YouTube channels have you seen where they're shooting a gun, like a big heavy gauge shotgun, and they sway over to the right? Or if they're left-handed, they sway over to the left. So it could just be gun butt placement that they're doing wrong, you know? Small things to fix. And definitely, man, when we get one, we're going to be doing all these things.
We're going to be able to get a good cheek weld there at all. With a good shoulder position where I've got this in the pocket, I'm rolling the shoulder forward, I'm able to maintain the recoil, and you're going to see the sights come basically straight back.
Well, we can't see the sights come back.
That is a whole lot more comfortable as well. The other important thing to note there is that we're maintaining contact with the shoulder. We don't want to have that shotgun riding off of it, because what that's going to do is it's going to force that shotgun to come back. It's going to give it room to accelerate, and when it hits you, it's going to feel like a punch. Now, I do have a little bonus for you after this one, but the third most common mistake I see is your stance. When you're shooting a shotgun, you have to make sure we're keeping a good forward center of gravity. Forward of my hips. That's going to allow me to be very aggressive, and it's going to help me shoot a lot faster while maintaining the recoil effectively. What you don't want to do is get to where you're squared up on this, your toes start to lift up, or you start to lean back, because you're not going to be able to shoot fast, and it's going to force you back on your back. This also carries over into where we have it in our shoulder position and our cheek weld. All of these things are kind of an overall look at how we work a shotgun. So a bad stance is going to look something like this, where I'm kind of standing squared up to the shotgun. I've got myself basically perfectly erect or even locked back or leaning back a little bit. That's a problem. What that's going to look like is, especially if you watch my toes, you're going to see me rock backwards as I'm taking these shots. And I'm having to use my upper body to force myself back forward. Even if I get...
Well, I mean, that's even for pistols, right? You need to have that 1 foot forward. You can't get the little cowboy stance like they used to do back in the day. You can't just do the little cowboy stance and expect your stance to stay normal. You have to step forward. I bet that's what he's going to say.
Position, by leaning forward, taking multiple shots is still going to push me back.
Yeah.
So if we throw one leg farther back out behind us, even if it's this leg, we can kind of...
What I tell you, this is when I saw an old video with like this Navy SEAL guy, and he was saying the cops used to train like that with like 2 feet to the side, but they started realizing that shots just weren't as accurate because your body kind of gets wobbled around. So if you go into basically a forward like fighting stance, almost like 1 foot in front of the other, you'll have more stability. And that's pretty much what he's saying, I believe.
Build a triangle stance of sorts. Basically, I'm creating a point of contact here, and then my center of gravity is leaning forward. That's going to help you maintain that recoil across the board, and it's going to let you shoot a whole lot faster.
Look at that. God damn.
It's not going to push me around at all.
Hold on.
Right, so
he's showing out a little bit. He's showing off a little bit. Hold on. What was that? 8 shots? Hold on.
And then my center of gravity is leaning forward. That's going to help you maintain that recoil across the board, and it's going to let you shoot a whole lot faster. And it's not going to push me around at all. All right, so I told you I was going to have a little bonus for you, and this is specifically for you guys that are in the 3-gun, wanting to get in the 3-gun, and wanting to load your shotgun effectively using quad loads. Now, when we load quad loads, one of the most important things is making sure...
All right, we're not this tactical quad loading mumbo jumbo. We got the shotty in the house, and we're going to blast the guy who comes in. We don't need a quad load for that shit. But anyways, y'all, I hope that kind of just, brightens things up for those who do own shotguns, who have been like kind of like holding the stock of the gun on the side of their shoulder, or, aiming, like shooting with their legs squared away right below them. That's just not the way you do it. You have to basically 1 foot forward that motherfucker. So anyways, see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there. Peace.